Bryce, I'm sorry. After watching the film, was it easier to see some of the good things you did on Sunday and kind of having some time away from it?
Yeah, we've obviously we've turned the page, and it's been just about how we can be constructive from it. So yeah, there's good stuff on film that we have to continue to do, and then there's stuff that obviously we have to learn from. I had to learn from, and we're in the process of getting it cleaned up. So I think it's again we're playing New Orleans, so obviously all our attention, we need all of our attention to be able to do what we want to do, and it takes us being locked and engaged on that. So you got to push what happened on Sunday aside, and it's been all about growing and getting ready for Monday.
What's the next step you'd like to see yourself take against New Orleans this Monday night?
Just higher execution. Just want to execute at a higher level. Make sure we're still working a good operation, and making sure that again we're executing, we're finishing, especially with drives. Again, I think there was good stuff on film as well, just as a team and as a unit, and it didn't. There's for one reason or another. Again, we didn't. I don't think we executed when it was important, and we didn't do all the things we wanted to that we needed to do to win the game. So I think just tying everything together and executing is definitely going to be something that is area focus for me and for the entire team.
Frank told us he mentioned to you at least the long wait for a Monday night football game. How do you pace yourself over the next week?
Yeah, that's something that again it's my first opportunity to do that. We have a plan as far as what we're going to do, just schedule wise and what we're going to do with team stuff. But I'm going to try to do all I can to take advantage of it. Again, it's an extra day, so adding to kind of that routine I have from week to week. Trying to find a healthy mix of adding and taking advantage of an extra day and trying to find trying to look for other things, but not just doing things that are counterproductive and going on while goose chase is just down rabbit holes that aren't relevant. I think you have to manage what you're gonna pay attention to, what you're going to go into the game with, what you're going to expect and react to, and things like that. And then also have a good manage of making sure that you're not trying to account for every little thing, because, again, they're a great defense. They have great players and great coaches that there's going to be stuff we have to react to, and we're not going to be able to account for everything. So I think, still trying to take advantage of the extra day, but still not go too far down a rabbit hole and keep that healthy balance.
Bryce, Frank was just in here, and he talked about how on those interceptions that Bates really wasn't supposed to be there in those spots that he kind of broke off from where he's designed to go. Did they talk to you about how to take advantage of that moving forward if players do that?
Yeah. I mean, there's some stuff that if you look at, again, coverage rule is not supposed to be there, but at the end of the day, again, it's my job to make sure that those, people are where they're supposed to be, or, obviously it's not like, obviously it was for a reason, but, just making sure that, you cross all your T's, and, it's still on me to make sure I see that stuff, but, that's definitely something that we've talked about and we have, and, are working towards is making sure that, again, that we have the ability and capabilities to take advantage of that, and I think it was a good experience to see it. For me, again, now looking back at it, it's a learning experience, and then we're going to have stuff, obviously, to build on that and, take advantage of things like that and things that happen like that in the future. So, again, it's on me to decipher it, and, again, it doesn't, by any, stretch of the means, excuse what happened. They were great plays, and, again, it's on me to not make the decisions that I made. But definitely moving forward, it's a learning experience, and, we have stuff and move forward and make sure that we can take advantage of it.
You had so many explosive plays in college. Why do you think there weren't any on Sunday, and how does that impact what you're able to do when you don't have those explosive plays as part of your offense?
Yeah, I think, again, it just boils down to execution. And, of course, that starts with me making sure that, I'm executing, doing my job, and then making sure we're all on the same page to execute. And, again, it didn't happen. We had opportunities. We didn't take advantage of them, didn't capitalize. And, of course, it's you want to, we want to be explosive. You always want to have explosive plays and, have stuff that you want chunk plays. But, it wasn't what we were able to do, and again, it's in the past now. So, there are opportunities. There are things that we didn't take advantage of. Now we have to figure out how we, put ourselves back in a situation where we have those opportunities, and then work throughout the week so that we can execute, when that time comes. So that's really the process that we're in now.
You're a pretty cool guy. I mean, that's what everybody says. You're even collected. I would assume that there's some sense of anxiousness going into your first regular season game. Now that that's to the side and that's over, is there a sense of maybe relief that you can go ahead and get into the flow of maybe a regular season?
Yeah, I think it's really cool just to have, now it's kind of just becoming a routine and a week-to-week thing. And, you have such a long build-up for your first game. Like, first real game is something that, the moment you declare, again, it's not in the forefront of your mind, but it's like, it's another one of those, milestones and boxes to check. And it's, it's the first thing that happens for months. And again, it's not always what you're thinking about, but it's always there. And now, now it's back to a normal, stable week-to-week mode of, now it's just, you focus on this week. And then again, it's a quick reset. Now I have the amount of days I have to focus on New Orleans, and it's not a huge, it's not months. It's not. So I think it's definitely good to just be in that rhythm. But again, you still have to have that hyper focus. We play a great opponent on Monday, so we have to make sure that, we're locked in and we're taking advantage of the time that we have. But I think it is good just to be able to have that routine. And, now that, you find it, it'll be stable and steady, kind of be the same process for the most part, Lord willing, going forward.
Now you have your first Monday night game. Is that something you kind of like dreamed about growing up? Does that get you excited?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity, of course. It's definitely it's a great opportunity, a blessing to have that type of platform for us as a team. I think, it's great and it's really cool, but at the same day, we're still playing on the same field we would have if it was on Sunday. We're still going to have to execute against a great team in New Orleans. So, it's really cool. It's a great opportunity, but at the same time, it's still football. It's still going to be the same plan and same thing we would have done if it was Sunday. So, it's really cool. Probably in a retrospect, when we move past it, it'll be kind of a cool tidbit to look back at. But, right now, it's not really something that's, I don't think, on the forefront of anyone's mind. It's more making sure that we do what we need to do throughout these days to be in a position where we want to be and do what we have to do on Monday. And, at the end of the day, again, it's still, regardless of the day, we have a big challenge ahead of us. So, I think what really all the focus is just making sure we're ready for that.
Right. Realizing you get to Sunday or Monday in this case, and you're not focused on this when you're in the huddle, but how important is it to get Adam, Thielen, he's brought in here to be, the guy. How important is it to get him more involved in the passing game?
Yeah, well, as far as the X's and O's, we have great coaches that obviously that account for that and do a great job of that. So, I think, Adam obviously brings a ton. He's great. He's great on the field, great in the locker room, great teammate, great guy. So, obviously, we want him to do well, just like we want all of our guys. And for me, it's just I'm listening to coaches, going through my reads, doing all I can to to go, really take the ball where it needs to go. And again, I know the coaches are going to do a great job of getting him and whoever else it needs to be open. So as far as the X's and O's go, that's kind of above my level.
Right. So much about playing in the NFL is about, adjusting and the opponents adjusting and you adjusting back, especially within the division. How much of that kind of excited you about playing in this league, and what have conversations been like between you and the receivers and coaching staff, everybody being so new and being able to work off what happened last week?
Yeah, that's been something that was always super intriguing just before I was able to get to this level, and now that I'm here, just to see the consistent chess game that's being played. Like you said, especially with divisional opponents, you see them twice. Everyone's looking at each other, and to be able to be a part of that, it's great because I feel like it brings the best out of me, brings the best out of us. It's a challenge, and it's great to be on the field with so many other players who are super talented and great at what they do, but also are super smart and cerebral and know what's going on. And that was very evident on Sunday. A lot of guys that are very instinctual and know what's going on, and that's kind of now that I've been able to experience it once, and then we've talked about it leading up. That's kind of what the league's all about. Is again, it's a lot of great players and great athletes, but it's the chess and the back and forth. And I think it's just a great opportunity for us to grow, for myself to grow. And, when there's always that little chess game, and, it's the physical but also the mental side, and you see the adjustments and back and forth, I think, again, it's a great challenge. So, I think we're looking to answer it and try to bring the best out of us.
Right, so there was a bit of anxiety, at least Sunday, when Hayden Hurst threw that first touchdown pass into the sands. How did you get the ball back?
Actually, shout out to Andy. He did a great job. He tracked it down. He was on it. He had told me he would, like, right when I got back to silence. I didn't even really I didn't really go through my mind, but he was on it. He went and tracked it down. I don't remember the exact story, but he told me he went and got it really right away, I guess. So super grateful for that. My mom and my dad are super grateful for that. It was cool.
Bryce, I know you shared a moment with Aaron Rodgers earlier this offseason. I'm just curious, as a football fan, as a friend of Aaron, what was it like when you saw him go down?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's really tough to see something like that. Anytime someone has an injury, especially of that severity, again, it's tough to see. All the work that goes into it, all the buildup and all that you put into the game, and for it to go like that, I'm praying for him, and it's tough, and he's been someone that I've looked up to and admired for a really long time. Someone that, again, I've had the pleasure to talk to and meet, and has always been super nice to me. He's given me advice. He's talked to me about things when he didn't have to. And I'm super grateful for that. And it's just, again, it's super, you hate to see stuff like that happen. So, I have nothing but, love and respect for him, prayers for his situation. And, yeah, I mean, you hate to see that.
A lot of veteran guys on that Saints defense. What have you seen from them, just in your early views of their tape?
Yeah, a really good group, very physical, also, again, a very instinctual group as well. You could tell very comfortable in the system that they run, know the in and outs, and, from top to bottom, just play together. So, again, I think it's going to be a really good challenge for us. We're going to have to be at our best. And, again, it's great for us to be able to, again, after last week, to now have a week to be able to step up and respond. And, again, we know it's going to take everything. So, it's a really good group. And, we're still early in the week, so we have to earn the right throughout the week to, based off how we're stacking days and practices and meetings, to get where we need to be for Monday. But again, it's going to be a really good challenge for us. So.
You change your approach at all with now that you're starting left guard out? Does that change your approach and how you work things?
No, I mean, it's same thing with Brady. Again, someone who just, finished the game. So a warrior, like fought through everything that happened and finished. And work. I've been able to see him work, firsthand, work super hard throughout the entire season to get everything, to get back, and worked hard to, just all the work that he's put in throughout training camp, and for it to be gone again, it's you hate to see it again. I'm praying for him. It sucks. So that's something that's super tough for us. But I have faith in the entire O-line room. Whoever it is, is going to step up, and I have a faith in Coach Campy and everyone up front to step in and next man up. But again, that's super tough, and the same thing. I'm definitely praying for Brady as well.
You spoke of execution a few times. Excuse me. How much of that is timing with your wide receivers?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think, of course, week by week, you have little nuances and little changes, and, you want to get that timing down. But, again, it's the first year of a lot of people being together. But at the same time, we've had training camp, we've had OCAs, we've had all that stuff. So there's no, timing is super important. But, that's something that, again, the season's here, and we've had a lot of banked reps. So, we're going to continue to improve and grow. But, again, that's definitely, not an excuse. There's a lot of urgency when it comes to that. And, day by day, we're trying to actively work on those things and improve those things, through reps and practice. And then, you only get a limited amount of banked reps you can get in game. So, the goal is to keep trending upward, but, we're not entitled to that. We have to work towards that to keep improving. So that's kind of where our head's at now.
We finished with John.
A strong chance you've never been 0-1 before. Is this an uncharted territory as far as bouncing back from a start like this?
Yeah, again, it's for us, especially now, really try not to have a wide lens of what's happened in the past or what can I compare this to, because every season is different, every circumstance is different. This team is different than anything I've been a part of, and I'm super grateful to be a part of it. And because of that, again, it's we don't really have the luxury of being able to think about man, what's happened in the past? How do I, we have to put all our focus on New Orleans. And, again, for us, it's, right now it's, it's just it's a Wednesday. That's what matters. What we do on Wednesday in our routine, how we can maximize that. That's where my head's at. That's where us as a team, our head's at. So, I think, again, we all come from different backgrounds, have different experiences, but that doesn't, have any correlation to what happens now. So we have to earn the right to try to do what we have to do this week. And, that comes through practice. And really, that's kind of all we have the luxury to put our mind to. Appreciate you guys.